Have you ever pondered why a tightrope walker carries a long pole while walking across the rope? It's all about balance. The pole serves as a counterbalance, helping the walker stay upright and centered. This balancing act isn't just a spectacle at the circus, it's a metaphor for life itself. Imagine the tightrope as the path of life, filled with challenges and uncertainties. The pole, on the other hand, is our personal equilibrium, a tool to navigate these challenges and maintain our footing. It's representative of our efforts to balance opposing forces in life: work and play, love and loss, joy and sorrow, peace and conflict. This concept of balance, of harmonizing opposition, is the cornerstone of Daoism, an ancient philosophy from China. Daoism teaches us that life is not about eradicating one side for the other, but about finding a harmonious balance between the two. Just like a tightrope walker, in Daoism, we seek balance in our lives. Ever wondered what it's like to float along a river without trying to fight the current? That's the kind of sensation Daoism, an ancient Chinese philosophy, encourages us to embrace. At the heart of Daoism is the concept of the Tao, sometimes translated as the Way. Imagine the Tao as a mighty river. It's not just any river, but the river of life itself. It twists and turns, it ebbs and flows, it changes, and yet remains the same. It's a constant stream of change and transformation, flowing naturally towards the sea. We, like all things in nature, are part of this river. Now here's where it gets interesting. Daoism suggests we should not fight against the current or the natural course of our lives. Instead, we should embrace it, become one with it, and let it guide us. We should allow ourselves to be carried by the flow, adapting to the changes and challenges that come our way, just like a leaf floating on the water's surface. This brings us to another key concept in Daoism: Wu Wei. It's a term that literally translates to non-action or effortless action. But don't be fooled by the simplicity of the phrase. It doesn't mean being lazy or passive. Rather, it's about aligning our actions with the natural flow of life. It's about acting without forcing, striving without struggling, doing without overdoing. It's about finding that sweet spot where our actions are in harmony with the world around us. And why should we do this? Well, Daoism suggests that when we align ourselves with the Tao, we find peace, balance, and fulfillment. We become more attuned to the world around us, more in sync with the rhythms of nature. We become less stressed, less anxious, and more at ease. So the next time you find yourself struggling against the current, remember the way of the Tao. Take a deep breath, let go of your resistance, and allow yourself to flow with the river of life. In essence, Daoism encourages us to be like the river, flowing effortlessly along the course of life. Have you ever noticed how a shadow only exists because of the light? This is a perfect metaphor to understand the Taoist concept of yin and yang. Just like a shadow cannot exist without light, yin and yang are two contrasting yet complementary forces that exist within everything. Picture yin as the shadow, the passive, feminine, and darker side. It's the cool shade under a tree on a hot summer's day, the quiet of night, the stillness of winter. Now imagine yang, the light, the active, masculine, and brighter side. It's the sun's rays breaking through the clouds, the energy of the day, the warmth of summer. These forces are not just opposites, they are interconnected and interdependent. You cannot have one without the other. They are in a constant dance, creating a perfect balance. It's this balance that is the essence of life, according to Daoism. In Daoism, just like light and shadow, yin and yang are inseparable. They create a whole, a balance. So, how can these Taoist concepts help us understand our lives better? Let's take a moment to reflect. We've traversed the realms of balance, the Wei, or Tao, and the dance between yin and yang. Think of life as a tightrope walker's journey. Balance is vital. Lean too much to one side, you'll stumble. The same goes for our lives, where extremes often lead to disorder. That's where the Tao comes in, guiding us like a river, flowing naturally, leading us towards balance, harmony, and peace. Now consider yin and yang. These aren't just opposing forces, they're interconnected, interdependent, like light and shadow. One doesn't exist without the other. They remind us that life is a series of intertwined dualities, a beautiful, complex tapestry of experiences. Contemplating these concepts, we can see how adopting a Taoist perspective may contribute to a more harmonious life. Remember, like the tightrope walker, the river, and the interplay of light and shadow, Taoism invites us to find balance, flow with life's currents, and recognize the interconnectedness of all things.